I called it. Rome Total War is getting a remaster. Although it is an honest, loyal remaster, it also does add quite a bit of interesting stuff. If you're not a fan of the changes, however, just switch the toggle and turn it off. But anyway, these are the top 10 changes made coming into the remaster, and no, I won't be covering the basic stuff like the graphics. Let's begin. Number 10, the soundtrack. Now it keeps to the original soundtrack, but the remaster uses the higher quality recordings, making for a more crisp audio sound that the original was not able to create. In addition to this, a few cut content soundtracks that never made it into the final game have also been added. Just a little thing, but when it comes to a remaster, the nostalgic audio is always very important. Number 9. Not one for me, but I know some people will love this feature. The extreme unit size. A whole new tier that takes the maximum amount of troops in a squad up to 300, making for some much more epic battles, although it gives a warning: expect lag. Extreme unit sizes are not intended to be balanced or used for proper gameplay, and may cause engine/pathfinding issues. Number 8. The UI. The UI overall is simplified for a new audience, and after getting used to it, I think it works better. However, that being said, it did take some getting used to. I personally would have preferred a toggle to switch some of it back to the old system. Also, some of the buttons are now much smaller. The UI upgrade I like overall, but it has some issues that stops it getting higher on this list. Number 7. The map features. The remaster makes a lot of improvements onto the map. You can now zoom out and see everything in much clearer detail, toggling loads of different settings. I've been playing this game for many years now, and so it did not help me that much, but I am sure this is something that many of the new players coming to this game will enjoy. Leave a like if you're excited for AI only campaigns and maybe AI only time lapses using this new feature. Number 6. Legend of Total War's favourite now, merchants. The merchant system from Medieval 2 has been brought into Rome 1, with some adjustments. Overall, it is just one little thing that helps breathe a bit of fresh air into the game, and if you don't like it and prefer the game without them, just switch the toggle and turn them off. Number 5. And now it's time to talk about the toggles themselves. I love this feature. It's something that I kept bringing up in my videos before. A way to switch between the remaster and the original. Not only will this keep old-time fans and new-time fans happy, but it also opens up a whole layer of replayability, as you can just switch some settings around and it becomes a very different game. This should also make it much easier for modders, as they can use this same toggle feature already implemented into the game to create custom options. Much like stainless steel, but it's now easier to work with. And speaking of modding, I have a video coming on that soon. The modding scene is sounding incredibly promising. Number 4. The Rebalance toggle. I've not actually been able to play around with this one yet, but one unit, for example, chariots, have been reworked to be fairer in battle, and especially auto-resolve, meaning no more AI-only campaigns of the Britons annihilating everything. And again, don't like it? Toggle it back to the original. Number 3, the diplomacy toggle. No more please don't attack, accept or we attack. The AI has been majorly reworked to think smarter when it comes to negotiating. In addition to this, there's a new reputation mechanic where if you hold onto treaties, it ticks up, making diplomacy easier, or ticks down, making it harder if you break treaties and backstab. It does not stop there. The AI can now like you or hate you, and you can see your relationship and strength to them in the diplomacy screen. This also affects diplomacy. And on top of all of this, you can now sign trade embargoes. And again, if you don't like it, prefer the dumber AI or maybe the old memes, just switch it off. Number 2, the Squalor face. One that I almost demanded around a year ago, when I first started covering if a remaster like this could ever happen. Squalor in the original was incredibly annoying. Settlements would get larger, and this would create squalor, making the population unhappy. At points, there was nothing you could do but let your capital revolt and then go back in, exterminate your own people, simply to deal with overpopulation. It seemed really dumb. Oh, you could build sewers and public baths, but that only fixes squalor for the short term. It then actually gives a boost to your population growth, leading to more squalor issues later down the line. This has been fixed. And again, if you don't like it, just switch it off. And now number 1. Last but not least. This I find to be really cool. In the original, all units will look the same, but not anymore. I believe they said there's now 1 in 4,000 chance that you see 2 men in a squad looking the same. 1 in 4,000, but it gets better. Now, I've not been able to properly test this, but to the best of my understanding, if you recruit or retrain units in a foreign city, those units are ethnically linked to that city. So, play as the Julii, recruit troops in Rome, they are Roman, normal. Recruit those same Hastati in Gaul, and they look Gallic. Recruit those Hastati in Carthage, and they look Carthaginian. Recruit them in Egypt, and they sadly don't become Bronze Age, but they become Egyptian. And there we go, 10 things that a remaster added, that I love. And this is not including the graphics, the wiki info, or even the updated controls. And on top of all of this, the toggle system allows it to stay true to the original. Let me know down below in the comments which feature you like the sound of the most. Leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe for more, because I have been covering Rome 1 and Medieval 2 almost exclusively for 3 years now. And I ain't leaving. I don't plan to go anywhere. I have been MELKOR, but for now, until the next one, tomorrow's video, goodbye.